I don't care if you young, old, just coming out, coming back out. The record. If you ain't got that record, always about the record.
What's up, y'all? I'm your host, Timbo King. Welcome back to the Timbo King Live Show. We have special guests in the building, Tarikbuds.
Yes, sir. In the building. Appreciate you having me.
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, the selection of marijuana, man, because you know I'm a stoner, I'm a weed smoker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I prefer outdoor.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Indoors is one of my favorites, but I prefer outdoor.
Understood.
Now, what's the difference between indoor and outdoor?
Well, I mean, just as it sounds, like outdoor is grown outdoor.
Yes.
There are a ton of different elements that could affect it or not affect it. So at that point, it's truly probably the most organic type of plant that comes from marijuana. Indoor, it's a little more curated. It's more like a little more like Whole Foods. You know what I'm saying? Where they can control their environments and they can do what they want to do and add certain terms, make certain changes. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I prefer indoor because I prefer exactly what I'm looking for. And I find the indoor is a little stronger than the outdoor.
So
that's argued, but indoor I prefer.
Indoor and outdoor has more THC than the other? Or vice versa?
Not necessarily more THC. It's just, it tends to, because like Whole Foods. Like if you go to Whole Foods, you'll find an orange, like we were talking about earlier, you'll find an orange that's a little bit bigger than the orange that you normally might buy, right? Okay, that's because it's been curated. It's been doctored a little bit. It's controlled environments. Outdoor is not necessarily a controlled environment based on seasons, even though seasons happen. You can have fires, you can have rainstorms, you can have less sun than you have last season that affect how outdoors roam. And indoor is just curated to a certain point.
So the difference between edibles and marijuana is?
Well, I mean, you know, marijuana is in the edible, but if you're burning marijuana, then it's probably going to be less.
Because could you eat marijuana by itself? Because you said marijuana is in
absolutely,
edibles.
you can, without a doubt, because it affects your body differently. It goes through your liver and the kidneys, it just goes through the system. So within doing that, then it then affects it maybe, I think I read 5 times more than smoking. Right, so you could smoke a blunt or a joint like you normally do every morning or every afternoon or every evening, and because you do it over a period of time, your body then adjusts even to that, you know. But with an edible, it affects your body and your bloodstream that much differently, because you're not just intaking.
Your intaking is quicker.
It's just a little different.
A faster process?
It takes longer, but it's strong. That should be the same. Hashtag that. How about that?
How about that?
It's a little longer, but it should be strong.
What about dogs? Do dogs accept medical marijuana?
Well, not necessarily the marijuana part, but they have actually created a bunch of products that are just for animals and pets, specifically dogs. A ton of CBD products, dog treats, gummies that you know your dog would.
What's the reactions of your dog having a gummy?
So far from the patients that I've met, that I've talked to, they specifically find that their yelping dog is a lot more relaxed dog. The dog that might wobble is less wobbling because they have less weight. So it does affect them just like it does the human body. We all have cannabinoids in our system. CBD is cannabinoids, so it just matches with the cannabinoids in our system and how it affects it. So it's kind of like water. If you have a cramp in your calf and you drink some water to soothe that calf, it's going to go right to that area to soothe. That's sort of what CBD is.
So, about how many years you say cannabis been on the planet?
Wow.
In the origin of cannabis?
A couple of millenniums, but I mean, century-wise, it's been around for humans to consume. I mean, that's where the peace pipe comes in. more on the hemp side instead of THC for even the Native Americans. But America patented cannabis and THC and hemp products almost 70 years ago, just because it's that important. It was legal in the United States of America in the 30s and 40s until it started affecting certain people certain ways. That's what the opium war is about with China. Like, the agreement was China was to get opium, and after a while, their constituency, the people that lived in China were pretty hot, and so China was like, we don't want to do this no more. And America was like, no, you got to take this dope. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, we know that it's got some health risks, but a ton of health benefits, and that's on the opium side. On the hemp side, I mean, hemp makes over 250 different things. Planes to homes, to cars, clothes, ashtrays. Hemp, you can make almost anything out of it. And I think that's why they wanted to control it years ago as a patent in America.
Hemp also is on the stock market too, right?
Absolutely. It's
hemp
really big.
And marijuana is two different titles of the same thing?
Yeah, hemp and THC, cannabis that we smoke every day. Yeah, those are, they've grown in the same fashion, but they produce different things. The stock market, though, it's pretty
Can
hot.
the average person collect shares
For sure. You just
in a
have
marijuana stock?
You just have to do some research on the brands that make sense to you. Technically, they're looking for if you have steady income. So a lot of times, if you don't have an LLC, a company, then you need to have a job for you to actually register for the stock market. But once you do, then at that point, there's definitely some brands that are doing well right now. As we were talking earlier, me and my
Any
barber,
stock tips?
me and my barber, we talk a lot. My barber's really into it. He's just into stocks, but he knows that I'm into the cannabis industry, so he's always just like picking my brain, but
You got a couple
putting
of
me
shares?
onto a lot
You
of
got
things.
a couple of shares?
He puts me onto a lot of things because he's really into it. And the brand or company that he's really into is Kronos.
Kronos.
Yeah, when he started with them, they were at about...
It's a new company?
I guess new in terms of stock market and public sharing, but they've been around just like any other company's been around. And Kronos, when he bought in, they were about $7 a share. And now they're at about $16 a share. And as we were talking this morning, because I got my haircut this morning, it was like, listen, once I get to 50, I'm out.
When you say he's out, what do you mean?
He's going to cash out. He's going to cash out on his $50 a share because he got in at 7.
So he bought like maybe probably 1,000, 2,000 shares.
Exactly, and he went in, and early. But there are other brands. So there's Aurora. Aurora's also out of Canada. Canada is actually a burgeoning market because it's legal. So there's a bunch of brands there that are coming up because it is legal. But in my travels, I noticed that when we were in South America, a lot of the legal medical growers, because it's just not legal to grow if you have a medical license and you do it. And in certain territories in South America, they gave out a certain number of licenses. So in talking to them, I noticed that a lot of Canadian brands bought farms in South America because they were legal early. South America started getting licenses, and then they started buying territories in South America. So I know even as it becomes legal here in America, the corporate companies or the companies that have investments, farm-wise, like Mike Tyson, they're gonna look to, probably already have 2 territories like that because there's a ton of farmland. It's just how you grow it. Because when I was in Australia, it just depends on where you are, the weed can be awesome, the weed can be terrible. It's the same thing in America, it's the same thing in Berlin, and a lot of it depends on where you're going. In America, Cali is
That's like the mecca of marijuana.
To me, that's probably that's probably the mecca.
You hear that on the Timbo King Live
That's probably
show.
the
Tarikbuds. The mecca of marijuana is in California.
And I want to say the northern part, say the Redwoods and Humboldt County, that is probably the mecca of the world. Listen, I traveled all over, and I didn't have better marijuana than I had when I was here. And the best marijuana that comes from here really comes from Northern California.
Do you smoke?
Every day, all day.
Okay.
Medicinally for certain purposes, but recreation because I'm on camera a lot, and I do a lot, and I'm sometimes posing, but I'm a smoker, so I'm always.
I know you know a lot of celebrities,
smoking.
A lot of
Always
athletes.
smoking.
What athletes you smoked with before? Blow them up right now.
Nah, I can't really blow up athletes, but I will say on the actor side.
Okay, actors is you.
Denzel.
Denzel
on the low. Like I was with my cousin.
How was his personality?
I was with my cousin.
What y'all was
and my
smoking
cousin is Malik Yoba.
What did y'all smoke?
And it was like, oh.
What you passed Denzel?
I don't even know what we smoked. This is actually early in my life. Like I was a young guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even working
before all the fancy stuff came out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Headband and
yeah. Oh, please.
Head wrap and all that.
Man, headband.
Taliban.
When I got put on in that, it's different than it is now. Because I got put on to it probably like 10, 11 years ago. And I was in the Bay.
That's why I said headband.
The Bay.
Headband is one of the first brands.
Bay in Cali is what it's. Because I used to go to LA and they would, oh, you would go to the guy to get it. And I would ask questions and they would all get it from the Bay. So when I started going to the Bay, and I started getting that Supreme Fire, I understood that they then got
Supreme Fire
from Northern, which was like Humboldt and all of that stuff.
So what celebrities you smoke with?
Oh man, I could name a ton. I'm a man, Styles P, The Locks, I fuck with them every day. So, you know, I smoke with them. My man, Omar from The Wire, I burn from him. I burn with him. He's a good dude. Who else? Maybe Luke Skywalker down in Miami. He don't even burn like that. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy, Nas he was just walking on stage. You know what I'm saying? Just pass me the blunt. He didn't even know I was there. He didn't even know he was passing to me. But he passing to me, and I smoked with the nigga. Goody Mob, when they first came out, because I used to work for the Face Records. I smoked with them. Devin the Dude. Devin the Dude is probably the coolest nigga
to smoke with, or just the coolest dude
ever, but to smoke with. Devin the Dude is just a cool ass dude. You know what I'm saying? That dude, he's just so chill. He's nothing more than what you hear on the records. Of course, he's more as a person, but as a character and a person, technically, when you're dealing with him, he's nothing more than the records. He's so chill. There's nothing hyper about him. He's a regular cat, and he just likes to live life. So burning is part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, we could go on and on and on about marijuana, man. You know, I'm a stoner, I'm a smoker. I'd like to thank you for coming through to the Timbo King Live show.
Oh, shit, absolutely, man. Oh, shit. Shout out to my man Shice Bubs, Smoke Dizza,
Shice.
Davies.
Bombs.
I didn't mention them on the smoking. Yeah, that's regular. You know what I'm saying? Those are the peeps. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying?
So any events coming up soon?
Yeah, actually tomorrow's my official Brooklyn birthday party. We're doing a Peacemaker mixtape listening party for that too. So all the artists that are on the mixtape, they're gonna be performing tomorrow. That's July 27th. August 10th, we're doing a celebrity spades tournament. I definitely want people to get involved in that.
Spades? Hip-hop spades?
Absolutely. Celebrity spades tournament, New York City, August 10th. Get up with my man Timbo King for more details.
Yes.
He can definitely get y'all involved, but I'm looking for familiar faces, you know what I'm saying? As well as regular cats, but I want some familiar faces. Yeah, how about that? You know what I'm saying? It's your man, Mr. Peacemaker, Tarikbuds, Peacemaker Gear, Peacemaker Wear, we in the building. Timbo King.
How about that? Thank you for coming through, Tariq.
Absolutely, baby. Always a pleasure, man. Absolutely. And there's plenty more of that. Oh, I got some gifts, man. I even get into all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
man,
can do that off camera.
You know what I'm
saying? Stay in tune. Timbo King Live next season.